Today's pastime starts when Krishna suddenly disappeared from the arena of the rasa dance along with Srimati Radharani. And the gopis, their minds were fully absorbed in thoughts of him. They began looking for Sri Radha and Krishna in various forests. And later, while wandering in the forest, the gopis saw Sri Krishna's footprints, which appeared mixed with Srimati Radharani's.
Hari Hari Bol.
This is a very, very beautiful meditation that the gopis are teaching us. How to perceive the divine couple, how to look for the divine couple, how to decipher what they are doing just by studying their lotus footprints. So, seeing the lotus footprints of Sri Radhe and Krishna, they declared that surely Srimati Radharani must have worshipped Krishna with unusual excellence, since she had been privileged to associate with him in seclusion. Further along, as they went ahead searching for Sri Radha and Krishna, along the path, the gopis came to a place where they saw the top part of Krishna's lotus feet was imprinted near a beautiful tree with fragrant flowers. And seeing this, the gopis concluded that Krishna must have reached up to collect some flowers from this tree to decorate Srimati Radharani's hair.
Hari Bol. Then they walked a few more steps, and the gopis could no longer see Srimati Radharani's footprints, and they saw that Krishna's footprints were more deeply imprinted. And thus they concluded, oh, Srimati Radharani must have felt very tired, and therefore Sri Krishna must have just taken her in his loving arms because she was not able to walk, because they just couldn't see Srimati Radharani's footsteps, but they could see Krishna's imprints a little more deeper. That means Krishna is carrying some weight, and he was carrying Srimati Radharani. So in this way, the gopis were just deciphering what the divine couple were doing just by studying and following the footprints of Sri Radha and Krishna. So the gopis were following the footprints of the divine couple, and they were lamenting that they were bereft of the association of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. Meanwhile, Srimati Radharani, she started feeling extremely sad for her gopi friends, because Srimati Radharani, she never looks only for her enjoyment. Immediately her mind was dragged to her beloved friends, her sakhis, and she started remembering them and thinking that, oh, I am with Krishna, but what about my sakhis? They are alone, they must be crying, they they need to be knowing that what they have done and why Krishna disappeared. They should know that. So I have to do something. So what did Srimati Radharani do? Srimati Radharani then began displaying external pride, and Sri Radha began to consider herself to be the most fortunate of all women. But just then, Krishna disappeared from her sight also. And then Srimati Radharani became very angry at Krishna. That Krishna, how did you do this? Why did you do this? I was just displaying external anger. So feeling that external anger, but she knew in her heart that yes, I anyways wanted to stay back, and I wanted Krishna to go so that I can help my friends. So feeling this mixture of emotions, Srimati Radharani, she said, no, still Krishna is to be blamed. Why did he not understand my mind? Why did he still leave me and go away also? Okay, Krishna, if you've gone away, now I am angry. So feeling extremely troubled, Srimati Radharani, she just came here to this place beautiful place of Mansarovar. And in the meantime, and she was just sitting here alone with a peacock, and she was just sitting and she was just feeling angry, and she was just feeling so sad. She was, that Krishna, why did you leave me and go away? And what happened in the meantime?
The gopis, they saw that Krishna's footprints were no longer there. And following the footprints of Srimati Radharani, they came and joined Sri Radhe, and she finally met her gopi girlfriends. And then Srimati Radharani related to all of them what had happened. So all the gopis then went out to look for Krishna in the forest, going far and far and as far as the moonlight reached.
So here in this picture, we see that how Srimati Radharani, she is narrating to all the Vrajavadhus that look what happened. Why did Krishna leave me? And Srimati Radharani just gave her own example. She said that because I became proud that Krishna is only with me. That is why Krishna left me and went away. She did not tell the gopis that because all of you became proud, that's why Krishna left with me. She could have said that in her, it was her rightful thing to say. And none of the gopis would ever feel bad even if she said like that. But Srimati Radharani, she's so compassionate. She's so loving. She's so extraordinary that she just said it upon herself. She wanted to just teach the gopis that just learn from my example. So that's why Srimati Radharani said, oh, look, Krishna left me because I became proud. And immediately the gopis realized, oh, that means even we became proud, and that's why Krishna left us. So because the gopis felt like this, then they started going and searching for Krishna.
But in the end, they were unsuccessful. So they went back to the shores of the Yamuna and simply sang Krishna's glories in utter helplessness. But because the gopis had dedicated their minds and their very lives to Krishna, they were beside themselves with the transcendental pain of separation. But their crying, which appears like the evidence of misery, actually shows their exalted state of transcendental bliss. Just like if we super cool something, then it becomes gas. So similarly, if we super cool misery, too much misery actually turns around and becomes happiness. So in the transcendental state, in the material realm, too much misery leads to hell. But in the transcendental state, even though it externally appears as ice, but actually it is in the gaseous state. Similarly, it actually appears as misery, but actually it is the highest ecstasy. Because in that situation, they are thinking of Krishna, remembering Krishna. They are with Krishna more intensely than when Krishna is personally present. Krishna's remembrance is more intense than Krishna's physical presence. And this the gopis can actually taste. This was the main reason. Externally, Krishna disappeared to basically because they became externally proud. But there is no pride in the spiritual world. Everything is related to Krishna. And the gopis, they cannot become proud. But they felt they were better than others in some way. But that was all in the service of Krishna. The real reason Krishna disappeared was so that the gopis can experience this vipralamba bhava, this extreme ecstasy, absorption through the separation. So while sitting here at Mansarovar, the gopis and Srimati Radharani, they cried out the most mesmerizing Shri Gopi Gita in loving separation from Shri Krishna. And Krishna Hearing their loving cries as Gopi Gita, he immediately manifested in front of their eyes. And Krishna told them, I did not actually disappear from you at all. In fact, I was just hiding from you. And I was listening to your beautiful song of separation, Gopi Gita. And then Krishna pacified the gopis, especially Srimati Radharani, by placing his head at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani.
Hari Hari Bol.
Jai Leela Purushottam Shri Krishna Kanhaiya Lal Ki Jai.
Jai.
Mahabhava Swarupini Srimati Radha Thakurani Ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Vrajavadhu Gan Ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.